A special limited run of shows finds the sonic experimentalist Thurston Moore indulging his acoustic tendencies. Performing along with a video production by British artist Radio, Thurston Moore brought his unique presentation to Pittsburgh's Andy Warhol Museum on February 9, 2018. Having seen fellow Sonic Youth alumni Lee Ronaldo at the Warhol in January of 2017, the chance to see Thurston Moore in the same unique location was an unexpected opportunity. Arriving to a sold-out performance, the crowd settles into the Warhol's theater for an intimate performance with a true sonic savant. Offering a surprise treat to the Pittsburgh audience, Thurston Moore begins the night with an opening jam on a new composition. Having just restrung his 12-string guitar earlier in the day, the first song, unfortunately, suffers accordingly. This fledgling composition veers between a near unlistenable chiming caterwaul to Zeppelin-esque mandolin imitation and varied points in between. Even delicate harmonic chiming and an out-of-tune creeping unease find their way into the jam's sprawling 13 or so minute runtime. However, periodic tune-ups between the next couple of songs soon find the sweet spot as Thurston fills the time with quick stories, including one story about a drummer he worked with back in the 90s from Pittsburgh named the Rummager, and more presciently, a cool story about the time Andy Warhol snapped a picture of him in the late 70s on the streets of New York, remarking that the picture may be hiding in some deep box in the recesses of the museum. Thurston Moore offers a potential opportunity for some enterprising researcher. Continuing with Psychic Hearts and Queen Bee and Her Friends from his 1995 solo debut album, Psychic Hearts, Thurston Moore delves into this criminally unheralded release. Psychic Hearts harkens back to early 1990s romantic angst with a plaintive love song for Generation X, while Queen Bee and Her Pals, framed with a tribute to Andy Warhol, skitters from the stage, all the more poignant, presaged by his story about Andy taking his picture. Visual artist Radio and numerology come up in conversation as Thurston dedicates the next song to radical filmmakers. Speak to the Wild from his 2014 album The Best Day carries through the room as an understated regality permeates the song. Gently ranging guitar play highlights the song's second half. Drawing from his most recent full-length album, 2017's Rock and Roll Consciousness, Cease Fire offers Thurston Moore's own anti-gun protest with plaintive sincerity and an ominous sonic underpinning. Rock and Roll Consciousness, Turn On takes an uneasy and slightly skittish turn, while Smoke of Dreams drops doses of 12-string feedback. The delicate climbing beauty of Smoke of Dreams emerges from a booming drone. Wistful remembrance or mysterious invitation, Smoke of Dreams offers an interpretive decision for the listener. Heaven Metal, another love song from Mr. Moore, closes the set. Released on Valentine's Day in 2013 by Thurston's band Chelsea Light Moving, Heaven Metal is most decidedly a pro-love song in the best roundabout bad brain sense due to its overwhelming positivity. With nowhere to actually go, Thurston Moore's encore break consists of a short walk up one aisle, a quick jaunt across the back of the small theater, and a final trip down the second aisle, leading him right back to the stage. Having sat quietly to the side the entire show, Thurston finally picks up his battered Stratocaster and settles into a solitary run-through of Grace Lake from The Best Day. Providing a gentle prelude to the show's penultimate moments, Thurston segues from Grace Lake's uplifting gait with a slow build wash of guitar discord. Growing in assurance and vigor, Grace Lake builds until roaring distortion and strident strumming mark the beginning of the song's deconstructing finale. Approaching his amplifier, Mr. Moore soon unshackles his aural restraints and unleashes a torrent of roaring feedback, wavering noise, and squalling distortion. Deftly wielding his sonic arsenal, Thurston Moore ends the show with an 8-minute cacophonous dissertation that only emphasizes his roles as an auditory groundbreaker and musical visionary. Performing alongside a video presentation created by visual artist Radio, Thurston Moore begins the month of February with a short run of intimate acoustic shows. February 9th brought this sonic savant to the Andy Warhol Museum in Pittsburgh's North Shore. Offering stripped down renditions from his solo career, Mr. Moore reaches back to 1995 for a couple songs from his debut solo album Psychic Hearts, but spends most of the show concentrating on the past decade's output. 2014's The Best Day and last year's Rock and Roll Consciousness supply the bulk of the set, but a rendition of Heaven Metal by his side band Chelsea Light Moving and a couple of extended improvisational jams branch out into untapped aural spaces. With a sold-out crowd enraptured by his aural prowess in his corner, Thurston Moore overcomes some initial issues with new guitar strings to turn in an exceptional set that adeptly showcases his songwriting ability as well as his penchant for musical exploration.